Hello all, welcome to the basic software testing series. This video is for regression testing. We will learn what is regression testing, why it is performed, how it is performed, and you will be learning not only regression testing but entire process, when, where, and how you will be performing the regression testing. So I'll be reiterating the things that I have covered previously as well, that what all goes into a process of software development basically. Whenever a code is developed for a new software, for a new requirement, we receive requirement from the clients. What is done is the developer do the coding and we do the testing for it, right? So developer deploy the code first in the QA environment, right? It deploys the code into the QA environment. QA environment is nothing but I have said a couple of times that it is a URL where you perform this testing. It is a dummy URL given to you, kind of, where you perform this testing. Let's say its name is demo e-commerce, whatever it is, .com, right? So on this URL you perform the testing, and once your system testing is complete, there are no defects in your system testing, or all the defects are passed, then you say to your manager or to your developer that system testing is done, it is working fine, basically you initiate an email that software is ready for the UAT, right? User acceptance testing. User acceptance testing is not performed by us. Okay, this is a client environment. What the client is do, that client also have a team which verifies, which also test for all the requirement on this basically environment. This environment will also have a URL. Let's say it is uat.demo e-commerce demo-ecommerce.com. So they will perform the testing on this demo e-commerce, and they will check if all the requirements have been met. All the requirements have been met or not. Once they also test and they pass that yes, all the requirements are working fine, then we deploy the same code into the release environment. Okay, we deploy this into the release environment. Many places release is also known as pre-production environment or pre-prod. So production is the actual website and pre-prod is the release or the release environment. Let's say the URL for your, it is pre-prod demo ecommerce.com. So on this pre-prod or release environment, we again do the testing. Okay, on this pre-prod we do the testing, and mostly on this pre-prod environment we do the regression, or we do the sanity, or we do the smoke testing. These three different type of testings are performed on this environment, and in this first we are going to learn in this video about the regression testing. So what could be the purpose? So since we have already done the system testing, we know everything is working fine, so why do we need a regression testing? So I will tell you why basically. So this process from QA to UAT to release is not a single uh, time process. It repeats itself. What does I mean by repeat is, let's say you developed something, it goes to UAT, it goes to release, and it go to the production. The client that is with us, they will might say that they could give us another requirement for the same website. If let's say the client has given us an e-commerce website and they want to do some changes or they want to add some more features, like for first requirement, let's say they were selling only mobile and electronics and furnitures, for example. Now after a couple of months or couple of years, they have also started the service for clothes and grocery. For example, they have started the service. So what they will do, they will give us a new requirement to add these two pages in the website, to add these two pages in the website. So what will happen? The developer will develop these two pages, right? The developer will develop these two pages and they will deploy it into the QA environment. In the QA environment, you will perform the testing, again, component testing, and you will do the system testing for it, right? Because it is a new software, and they will move this to the UAT. In UAT, who will perform the testing? The client will perform the testing. Once they perform this testing, they will move this code to again pre-prod or the release environment, right? They will move it to the pre-prod or the release environment. Now, in release environment, we already have a code, right? We already have a code which contains the web pages of mobile electronics and furnitures. This is already there, right? Because we have developed it previously and this code is already there. But now, since two pages are added, they will be added here, right? What are the pages? The pages are the clothes and the grocery, right? In similar manner, these two pages will also be added into the QA environment and they will also be added to the UAT environment. Now, when these two pages will be added, aren't they going to be the part of this entire website, right? So for example, before these two pages are added, what we will do as a user, we might be adding a mobile phone, let's say. We will be adding a TV in the cart and we will be doing the payment. So in payment page, what will happen? Let's say I have added a 10,000 rupees mobile and I have added a 20,000 rupees of TV. So in payment, I will be seeing a 30,000 rupees. Now, after doing this integration of these two pages, what it should do, what our website should do, that in our website, if we are adding a mobile, if we are adding a mobile, if we are adding a TV, and we are also adding a shirt, let's say. Okay, so in payment page, I should be able to see the price inclusive of all these three. Correct? If I have a mobile of 10,000, I have a mobile of TV of 20,000 and a shirt of 2,000. So what it should display? It should display me 32,000 rupees. Correct? It should display me 32,000 rupees. So this is nothing but the part of our regression testing. The regression testing says if if new code is added, if new code is added to the existing code. So what is the existing code? The existing code was this. This was the existing code of requirement number one. This was the existing code of requirement number one that we received from the client. And the new code is this cloth and grocery. Correct? This cloth and grocery is the code from the requirement number two. So we have added two requirements together now in our pre-prod environment. So if we add a new code into the existing code, the new code functionality should not affect the existing functionality. So what is the existing functionality here? Existing functionality was to add a mobile TV and payment should display the total price. So this is the existing functionality. Now the new code functionality is to add some more product. So if we are adding a product, let's say shirt from this new page, so it should add to the payment, and the existing functionality was mobile or TV page. So this payment should also be reflected into the payment page, right? After the code is deployed, it should not happen that it is the payment page is displaying only shirt price, or it is displaying only mobile and TV price. It should work in a integrated manner. It should work fine for all the pages, correct? Because payment is integrated to all the pages, not just to mobile and TV. Let's say if the payment is not coming for this shirt, that means for new page the payment is not coming into the final page. So this is a bug, right? The company will face a loss. This is our responsibility to make sure that the integration happened perfectly for two codes, and it is working fine. So for that purpose we do the regression, and this is the definition of regression, that if new code is added to the existing code, the new code functionality, that means cloth and grocery functionality, should not affect the existing functionality, that is the mobile, electronic and furniture functionality. So this is the part of our regression testing. So for regression testing, we write the test cases, right? For regression testing, we write the test cases, but we pick some of the end-to-end test cases that is already written. What we do, we pick some end-to-end test cases which is already written, and we modify them. So for example, we have written this test case for our website, right? So we verify the login, we add the product, and we do the checkout. So let's say if a new page is added wherein a mobile is also introduced, so what we will do, we will simply insert another row, and here we will verify the mobile is added to the cart. And once this is added to the cart, the product should be successfully checked out, right? So this is a very general test case. It is covering not just this test case, it is covering this second test case also. So this is how the regression works. For regression purpose, we need to make sure the end-to-end test cases and the new code that is being deployed, we integrate that functionality into the end-to-end test case, and then we verify that the payment is done correctly or not. So this is the part of entire regression suite. So our purpose in regression is very simple, that our functionality should not break. If you are adding a new code, the old code should not break. And if you are adding a new code, that new code should also work fine, and old code should also work fine. This is our entire purpose here for doing the testing. It could be possible that the new code is affecting the old code in some manner, right? Because there will be integration between pages, there will be communication between pages. How does this communication happens? A data flows from one page to another, right? If you are adding a product, it is moving to the cart. That means that data is flowing to the cart, and that data should not be affected by the new code. Let's say cloth or grocery code, right? The cloth and grocery should also move to the cart, and the mobile and electronic should also move to the cart. It should not happen that if cloth is growing and other is not going. This is our responsibility, right? We don't have the picture of the code, we cannot see the code in any manner. That's why this testing is also known as the black box testing, because we cannot see the code, everything is hidden, everything is black to us, right? This is why this is also known as the black box testing. So this is what we do as a part of regression. It's a term used to basically notify you, all right? Or you notify someone in a team wherein you will have developer, manager, scrum masters. You can just simply say, or they can simply say to you that, okay, do the regression testing. We need to do the deployment to the production. This is very essential before doing the any kind of deployment. If you're deploying something to the production, the regression testing is must. Okay, you should ensure that your functionality is working fine in your release environment. This is the top priority task. I am repeating again, this is the top priority task in any team, in any software development. The regression testing is the top priority task. Okay, and this is how you do the regression. You just make sure everything is working fine in the release environment. Okay, so I'll finish the video. Let's meet you in the next one. Thank you.